Hello, my gnarly friends. It's Silent Signs from I Dream of Indie, and today we are taking a look at OlliOlli World, an action platforming skateboarding game which takes you to Radlandia, where pretty much everything is skatable. Radlandia was formed by the 5 skate gods, all of which have their own area on this map, and it's possible that you just might be the next skate wizard. Do you have what it takes to reach Gnarvana? Well, that's what you're trying to find out here. Let's slow down a little bit and start with the basics here. The first thing you're going to be able to do is create a character, and pretty much anything goes. Whatever your aesthetic is, your style, you can create it in OlliOlli World. You want to have blue skin? You can have blue skin. Do you want to wear a bee suit? Yeah, why not? You can customize everything from your character to their boards to even your moveset, so there's a lot of room to make your own style in this game, which was wonderful. And of course, you're going to earn new wardrobe items and lots of other customizations on your journey. Once you are absolutely dripping in steez, you are ready to take it to the streets and skate your little heart out. If you're new to this channel, I will tell you right now, I'm a big skateboard game fan. Can't skateboard in real life to save my own life, but I do love living vicariously through these video games, and I've actually never played any of the OlliOlli games prior, so this was my introduction to the series, and it's really easy to jump into, pretty straightforward to learn. The biggest thing for me to get used to was using the A button to accelerate and my left stick as a means of kind of jumping and pulling off my ollies and tricks and things of that nature. So if your brain has not been hardwired to Tony Hawk style controls, you will have no issue with this, and I was certainly able to get the swing of it eventually. Now, I said the controls are easy to jump into and accessible, but I didn't say the game itself is easy. There is a fair amount of challenge here, even starting pretty early on. You do always get a little tutorial level when you're being introduced to a new concept in this game. So if you're learning a new trick or if you're learning how to grind on rails, you will get an introduction into that before you're thrown into the challenge levels. The challenges in those levels can range everywhere from just finishing the level to avoiding or hitting certain obstacles or pulling off a particular trick or combo. You also have local heroes to impress with your 6 scores, so the higher your score, the more of the locals you're going to impress. For the most part, the only thing that you'll have to do in these levels is cross the finish line. That's the task you're always going to have to complete, but the more you do, the more customizations you'll earn for your character. At the end of each level, of course, you'll receive a score, and you could also check out the leaderboards to see how you stack up against the rest of the world. Even if you manage to make it through all of these levels and reach Gnarvana, you're never going to run out of things to do here, because within Gnarvana, you have the Gnarvana portal and the Gnarvana League, which has endless possibilities of challenges to take on. I'd say there's a huge amount of replayability here, especially if you have a group of friends that are up to the challenge. In general, I may be a sucker for skateboarding games, but this is certainly no exception to that rule. I had a ton of fun playing OlliOlli World, and I think my favorite part of these levels is the branching paths. So yes, for the most part, your path is going to be fairly linear, but they have the addition of the option to change lanes in this game, which allows you to find alternate routes and some really cool bonus stuff. Also, despite the difficulty level, it is a pretty forgiving game. There are plenty of checkpoints scattered throughout these levels, so if you happen to fall and crash after hitting a checkpoint, you'll just respawn right at that checkpoint again, which is great news unless you're going for a no checkpoint run, which you can do for some extra style points, but you also might lose some sanity in the process, so your choice. However you decide to play OlliOlli World, the vibes are absolutely immaculate. This game is so fun to look at. It's kind of trippy, but in a really wholesome way. every location you visit has its own kind of distinct color palette, but they're all really pleasing to look at, and all of the backgrounds are fantastically detailed with all sorts of things that are absolutely going to distract you from your run, but you won't mind because it's so fun to look at. From buzzing billboards to bananas sunbathing on the beach, this game just has it all. Even the map and the menus are pleasing on the eye, so I absolutely cannot complain about anything with the visuals here. And same goes for the sound design. I will say the soundtrack, while very chill and on the same wavelength as the visuals and overall gameplay style of OlliOlli World, just isn't necessarily what I gravitate towards when I think of skateboarding games. And again, I think it goes back to the fact that I am hardwired to Tony Hawk Pro Skater games because I expect rock music with my skateboarding, but again, could be a me problem. And there's certainly nothing wrong with these tracks. They are really nice electronic beats. You can even skip through the selections if there's a song you don't want to hear or one you want to hear again. There's no narration. Most of the story is told via text, which is honestly totally fine to skip through if that's not your thing and you're really just here for the gameplay. And it really all just comes together to set the tone of this nice, chill skateboarding experience. Yes, sometimes the levels are a little bit frustrating if there's a particular section that you're trying to master, but it's never frustrating enough to want to put the controller down and walk away. It just feels so warm and welcoming and maybe a little bit addicting. So will you be trying to reach Gnarvana? Let me know in the comments down below. Before I go, I just want to thank our indie warriors, Bill T, Christian Cruz, Kevilo, Mitchell Hall, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Adriana Amato, CJ, C Coil, Skepticism, Haley, Julian Colbus, Jen Rose, Jesse, CPM, Bunny, JRS8, Raylan, Marky Mint, Dave Harp, Peekaboo, Lex Noyle, Eric, PSC, Adrian Garcia, King of the Hatch, Carmine Red, and Larkison. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, don't forget you can subscribe down below so you don't miss any reviews or previews, and check out the description box if you'd like to see how to become an indie warrior yourself. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.